The Blue Sox have Cardis at fullback, Golden, Gibson, Florimo the skipper and Hassan, Pearson alongside Andrew Duneman. The forwards, Goldspink, Rowley and Gannon, Gary Mercer, the player coach, alongside Jamie Bloom in the second row, and Martin Moana at loose forward. And on the bench, Andy Hobson, David Foster, Gail Tallick and Jim Naylor, and the man with the biggest job in the Super League, a player and a coach, Gary Mercer. Now the Wildcats from Wakefield, Prescott at fullback, Sampson, Hughes, Law and Sodji. Graham Law comes into the side alongside Glenn Tomlinson. And the forwards, Francis Stevenson, David March and Frank Watine, Gary Price, who's the captain, Warren Jowett and Willie Poaching. And the substitutes, Martin Masella, Paul March, Paul Jackson, Jamie Field, and the head coach at Wakefield Trinity Wildcats is Andy Kelly. And out comes Gary Price leading the Wildcats, 1999's team of battlers. They've been replaced by men who have yet to live up to their reputations, in all truth. They won 22-18 on the first night at Headingley, but in the middle of an injury crisis. And John Harbin is the man who has been brought in to Wakefield, an Australian, as the general manager of the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, and he has promised to bring the good times back to Bellevue in tandem with head coach Andy Kelly. No such problems for the Blue Sox, aiming for consecutive wins in Super League for the first time since the start of the year, when they won 3 in a row, but they're clinging on to their place third in the Super League table. Fifth in the Super League table, rather. Wakefield are sitting there ninth. And Andrew Duneman, a try at Wakefield in March, the former North Queensland Cowboy, their inspiration for the first 3 months of the season. And Gary Mercer is absolutely reveling in his job as player coach, and he started all 14 so far. We say it every time we see Halifax, it's a huge job for Gary Mercer, but he's combining it well. And Steve-O, the Blue Sox will start, as we take a look at Andy Kelly alongside the dugout here, the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats head coach. The Blue Sox will start as firm favourites.
You'd have to say that as well. It's not been the best start to the season for the Wildcats. A lot of discussions about change in shall we say, training methods. Let's hope that they can get it into the swing of things very early in the match. They have to do that. They really have to face up to this Halifax side, who have shot quite a few this year.
Yes, they have. Warren Jowett takes the first tackle of this match. The pitch here is absolutely perfect, and you will see during the course of the game the building work that's going on over on the far side. Hopefully it will all be completed by the end of August. And this new Shay Stadium will then have a 14,000 capacity. They're currently constructing a 4,000-seater stand on the far side with executive boxes. It's a £2.5 million plan, and it is jointly owned and funded by Halifax Town Football Club and the Blue Sox here. They are joint owners of this stadium, and it will be, when it's completed, one of the best in Super League, no doubt about that. High kick, underneath it Marvin Golden. He claims the ball in his own in-goal area, and that will be a restart on the 20-metre line for the Blue Sox.
Not a bad option from the little halfback Glenn Tomlinson, but well taken. No real pressure, but he's a key man tonight, and so is this fellow as well. Marvin Golden got quite a lot to prove to a lot of people in Super League.
Gary Mercer taking the ball up to within 5 metres of the 40-metre line inside his own half of the field. Rowley the dummy half, on it goes to Duneman. Here's Jamie Bloom, who is out of contract at the end of this season at the Blue Sox. Now James Gannon to trundle the ball forward again for them, but good defence on show here from the Wildcats so far. Duneman deep inside his own half, big kick downfield, but it just skips dead. Far too deep from the Australian Duneman.
A little bit too much power there. A little bit confusing, of course. There's the new stand behind the posts.
Great view from up there as well.
Certainly is, and of course the stand that's underneath the broadcasting position, Eddie, is of course the field has been brought in 10 metres towards us, so it's a lot better for spectators now.
And it will be absolutely terrific when that work on the far side is completed. And they're hoping to be on schedule by the end of August. But this is a good break here that's on for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. Maybe he should have passed Frank Watine, but a good drive just the same. And can they capitalise on that now? It's Graham Law, gets the ball away to Neil Law, then he takes the return. Ball comes back inside. Tomlinson looking for something here. Stevenson trying to offload in the tackle, but hauled down by Gary Mercer and Jamie Bloom. Good break by the prop forward Watine, but he should have offloaded. Tomlinson, good ball then to Warren Jowett, and he gets to within a couple of metres of the Blue Sox try line. Last tackle here for the Wildcats. Ball stabbed off the boot of Poaching, bounces to Watine. There's Price, it's gone wide to Law, he's all wrapped up, ball comes back, and the ball is still in play, but now it isn't. The referee says it was dropped by the Wildcats. It's the turnover. Good opportunity there, but good work by Phil Hassan. He took the big gamble, come off the whitewash. The winger really did save a try on that occasion. Well, the Wildcats will be ruining the fact that they're on their offside now. Quite a few in front of the official Carl Kirkpatrick. Greg Florimo taking a quick tap penalty, getting Wakefield on the back foot. That's good ground made by him, just over the halfway line. Mercer now to trundle it forward again. Quick thinking there by the skipper, Florimo. And Halifax well and truly into an attacking position here. Now, can the Wakefield defence hang on? It's Goal Spink, and he was looking to offload, but went down in the challenge. Adam Hughes was all round him upstairs. Pearson gives it with to Duneman. Duneman then further wide it goes, and this is Damien Gibson. Tackling it being done there by Graham Law. Duneman again, Bloom. Spins it back to Martin Moana. And Francis Stevenson there. Keep your eye on the fullback for Halifax, Daryl Cardish. They want to put the kick in. Good long ball out wide to Duneman, quick hands as well. This is Marvin Golden, he slipped one tackle and he'll score. Marvin Golden with the first try. The referee though has not given it yet.
Time off.
He's gone to the video referee. I wonder what he's looking for here.
Well, he can't go for a forward pass, so perhaps he may be looking that it could have been a knock on. That's the only thing I can think of.
Just wants to check the grounding of the football.
Well, that's all right. There's no problem with that. Full control. Good effort from Golden. But what a great offload. So quick from Greg Florimo. He just palmed it across the front of his chest.
The try is given. Marvin Golden is appreciative of the decision from the video referee.
Well, a beautiful pair of hands, and it all came about with Florimo making sure, look at that was superb stuff. Just offloaded it on, barely had the ball for a split second. And it was from Florimo who took the quick tap that got them in that position. Excellent work from the Australian and well finished by Golden. What a start.
That's his second try of the year 2000, and Martin Pearson now to try and add the extra 2 for the Blue Sox. 39 goals so far this season. Substitute last week, he came on and changed the course of the game for Halifax, but he was kicking better than that, although it was far out on the touchline, to be fair to him. The Blue Sox ahead by 4 points to 0. Golden, the try scorer.
You can see the winging going into Florimo, and he just palms it across. Superb effort. It gave him the opportunity in and out. Duneman long ball, but look at that superb effort from Florimo. Good work though by Golden, in and out, stood up his opposite winger. He'll be pleased with that.
Well, Marvin Golden scored tries in both matches against Wakefield Trinity Wildcats last year for the Leeds Rhinos, from whence he came. Deep kick off. Mercer to run the ball back bravely, as he always does. And he started all 14 so far this year. That's quite an effort.
I think he surprised everybody by the fact that he's still out there, Eddie. I thought that it would be far too much pressure for anybody to be a player coach in this day and age. But he just keeps rolling along, doesn't he? Mercer has done a fine job here. I think the world of him. And why not? Ooh,
that's a good run.
Big elbow.
Goal Spink though, he's giving it to Golden again. Chances here for Golden. Coming inside, looking to offload, and does so to Paul Rowley. Rowley then gets it away to Florimo, and Halifax flooding forward in numbers. Oh, but they put it down out wide. Jamie Bloom went for it and it just spun through his hands. There was two-man overlap out wide of him.
Too many cooks spoiling the broth there. Dunneman perhaps would have been better to select a shorter pass, but look at the effort here from Goldspink. The shoulder and the left arm just brushed away. He did well, did Golden, to make sure that the ball was kept alive. As always, Rowley, one of the best support players you'll see in Super League. Well, what a start for the winger, Marvin Golden.
Adam Hughes now for the Wildcats. 15 tries last year. He heads their chart again with 6 this time round. And Frank Watine, no, it was Willie Poaching, I beg your pardon. And that's Glenn Tomlinson. Oh, and he flicks the ball back. Gary Price, captain for today. They have so many top stars out. They're in the middle of an injury crisis. Steve McNamara, their skipper and goal kicker, is out. Francis Maloney, Tony Tatupu and Bobby Goulding, all absent for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. So it's a big ask here this afternoon for them. And there's a drop ball. It goes from bad to worse. It's with Gary Mercer now, trying to go round his opposite number, Warren Jowett.
Well, even if he whips it out, it went backwards, and it was a one-on-one. So either way, the referee, Carl Kirkpatrick, has definitely got it right. Well, the Wakefield Wildcats, they must be ruining the fact that they bombed that opportunity early in this match when the prop forward, Frank Watine, made a beautiful break downfield, had the chance to throw.
Mercer's away. Mercer on the break, looking for the try himself, just hauled down by Steve Prescott, last line of the Wakefield defence. Rowley the dummy half. Here now is Pearson. Wide it goes to Dunneman again. He's shaped to float the ball out wide to the left. Oh, it's a risky pass. It's come off though. Pearson retains possession, but under pressure from Frank Watine and Steve Prescott, has to go to ground. Now then, Dunneman, and wide it comes to Golden again. Kick into the chest of Bright Sodji, and Sodji, the wing, picked it up and is able to make a bit more ground forward before he's tackled by Greg Florimo.
Good work from Sodji, made himself as big as he could there. Make sure that the ball, it was a ball that played the man, no doubt about a knock on there.
Still going strong, Bright Sodji at 34, one of the 30-something wingers. We saw another on Friday night, Paul Sterling. Mark Forster, currently out of the Warrington team, is another. He's got a broken bone, so he'll be a wee while yet before we see him back in the Warrington Wolves side.
Just goes to show, Eddie, that the coaching techniques these days are so superb.
Good run from Poaching. Great run from Poaching this, but he's all on his own really, taking on the entire Halifax defence then. March was the dummy half, he flicked it out wide. It's a high kick from Graham Law, ball bounces, and Darryl Cardis picks up. Now this fella's dangerous in this position, as we've seen so often, but he's lost the ball. It's been stolen there, one-on-one.
Well done.
Good play by Neil Law.
Well done by the standoff there. We're just praising the fullback Darryl Cardis. And the big standoff just whipped the ball away from him.
So chances here for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. It's with Tomlinson, and now Poaching again. Out the back door it goes. They'll keep this movement going. And there's an opportunity here. Adam Hughes was almost through. Good tackling. Golden and Mercer saved a certain four there. Sodji, Stevenson on the charge, flicks it away, they're going to score, and Frank Watine has levelled it, I think.
Did his hand touch the whitewash? His hand was certainly over there. It'll go to the screen, no doubt about it. Good effort though from Stevenson, the combination of the two prop forwards. And Watine now then, he changes and puts his hand out, just gets it down. This will be TRY, but it was ever so close. Great combination. You don't normally find two prop forwards working the wing, but they've come up with the goods.
And the scores are level. Frank Watine squeezing in the corner. Andy Kelly off his seat by the dugout. And Frank Watine gets the first try of this year, and that puts the Wildcats level.
Well, a good effort. It all came about from a wonderful run from Willie Poaching, put them in this position. Stevenson did ever so well. I don't think you'll see that too many times anywhere in rugby league in the world, where two prop forwards will work the blind side like that, as though they were centre and winger. But Watine finishes off so well.
Frank Watine getting on the end of that pass. Last 5 for him, the New Zealand Maori, all off the bench. And a try against Halifax here last June. He hasn't scored since until this afternoon. That's a great kick. Just faded underneath the bar. Graham Law, 4-all at the new Shay.
Pinched the ball. It was a wonderful effort. And they took the gamble and got away with it, and from it, super stuff there. One prop to the other. Oh, they've every right to celebrate.
Yes, Frank Martinez, the former Auckland Warriors reserve grade captain, and he arrived here in this country with quite a bit to prove. It's his first try of the year. So that will encourage them, there's no doubt about that. Here's Gary Price now for them.
Well, it's amazing, as we mentioned earlier, the fact that Watine made that lovely break. I mean, he made 40, 50 metres downfield. If you need something to lift your confidence and the side's confidence, there's nothing better. But that was good work from the prop forward, Francis Stevenson. It came from the open side to the blind. You could see that Halifax had only one-man position on that short blind side.
Good journeyman in control of the football there, Glenn Tomlinson, one of the longest-serving Aussies. Still running around in this country, made his debut for Batley in 1991. There he is at dummy half, Tomlinson. Into Poaching, who'll hoist the midfield bomb. And this is a tester for Golden. Prescott was after it. The referee says that Prescott was inside the 10.
Classified as being in front of the kicker. A little bit dodgy there, Marvin Golden. Good kick though, it was forward Poaching. And the referees obviously shouted to the centre, Adam Hughes. He was offside, but so was the man that made contact, Steve Prescott. Well, full credit to the Wildcats. Oh, that's a bad ball, but it went backwards. Good decision by the official. Good to see how this Wakefield side have really dug deep and come back.
Jamie Bloom has lost that. This is Poaching now for them. The Wildcats, good run, got Adam Hughes. Hughes will straighten it up. Well, that try from Frank Watine in the corner has certainly boosted the Wildcats' confidence. And it's with Tomlinson. And wide it goes again. This is Law. It's Graham Law, the 20-year-old, wearing number 22. Neil Law, same name, no relation, wears 2. And that was him, Tomlinson. Thought about the short ball, thought better of it. Gannon wraps him up.
Good defence by Halifax. They're moving very quickly up, and they're not allowing Wakefield much room to move. That's great stuff. Well, they've taken the gamble.
Tomlinson with a little bit of room to move, out to Bright Sodji. Sodji's hauled down again. Golden and Mercer. They're 10 metres away. Tomlinson attacking the short side.
Bit of a problem on the blind side for Halifax yet again. Oh, they've come up with a knock-on.
David March's pass inside was perfect, but Poaching just couldn't take the ball in.
Just had to lean a little bit forward. That's a problem when you're not running onto the football and you take the pass standing still. Quite warm out there, Eddie. The sun is quite bright and strong, so it could be a matter of stamina as this game continues.
Yes, elsewhere in the country there has been rain today, but not up here in West Yorkshire. Pleasant afternoon, but chilly for all of that earlier, but in the sunshine, pretty warm, as you say.
I don't think that Brett Goldspink would have thought that it was pleasant. He got a real high shot, not seen by any of the officials. Just got up, played the ball, shrugged it. Pretty tough guy.
Duneman looks wide and finds Martin Moana. Flicks the pass back, Damien Gibson. Good run from Gibson. Eventually Willie Poaching to him. It's the last tackle, and it's with Duneman again, and this time he will hoist the bomb. And Prescott looking for this, he's lost it, the ball has come, but the referee says it's a knock-on anyway, and they were all offside, the Blue Sox attackers.
Well, James Gannon, the prop forward, just took a step in front of the kicker there, Andrew Duneman. You'll see on the replay, there he is on his left-hand side. He just No. Now, if Duneman would have gone in front of Gannon, that'd have been okay. But he's got to make sure that he has the 10 metres difference. Well, Kirkpatrick, the eagle eye of the official, pretty good so far.
Poaching inside to Watine, and Jamie Bloom stands his ground with help from Gannon. He's hauled down. That's the 40-metre line away from the Blue Sox posts.
Creating a few problems in the big fella, Frank Watine. And he's the only player that Halifax sort of just hesitate rather than move up in their defence. And they caught a little bit short there as well.
Good run from Soji. He finds Tomlinson, who in turn gets the ball away to Willie Poaching again. And the Blue Sox on the back foot at the moment. David March to Tomlinson. This has had a couple of finds. Law, good dummy from Law, and he was nearly through Neil Law. He got a try here last year in a 36-16 win. They have a pretty good record against Halifax to Wakefield. But Darryl Cardis is the last line of the Blue Sox defence.
Super position there from the fullback, Cardis. Read it ever so well. Well, that's a big problem for Wakefield.
Quick tap by the player coach Mercer. Support arrives from Pearson, and Pearson.
Oh,
he's lost the ball.
Oh, they nearly had a knock on there. They really didn't need to push that ball backwards. But what another great effort from Halifax in the fact that that was the second occasion.
Wakefield have now lost it.
Knocked out of his grasp. But that's quick thinking, isn't it, by the Blue Sox? Just couldn't get it, Stevenson. Not the best pass, he had to reach behind. Well, a golden opportunity.
Well, Golden's dropped it now. Well, neither side at the moment can hang on for a set of 6. David March, good run.
Good young little player as well as a hooker. Give him room to move, he'll make them suffer.
Look at the handling errors that Halifax have made. They're offside now, Halifax. The run into the heart of their defence by Gary Price, and the Blue Sox all caught offside.
Jamie Bloom made no attempt to come back to 10. He was about 3 metres in front of Kirkpatrick, the official. If you can get away with it, it's okay. You try to confuse the attacking side, but I must say that the merry whistleblower today is on song.
Jamie Bloom, the South African international, turned 29 on Friday. Graham Law has missed with his first attempt from the try in the corner. This, the penalty, just about bang in front, and if I get the slide rule out, it looks around about 23 metres away, so it's eminently kickable.
And a half.
You're so precise. That's the angle that he has. This to give Wakefield the lead. And give the lead Wakefield, he does. Graham Law started the last 3 at standoff. Andy Kelly, his side ahead by 2 points. The supporters on the terraces pretty pleased so far. And Jamie Bloom, a man caught offside, who's just given away the 2 points. Spirited display thus far from Wakefield. 12 months ago they were in the middle of their best winning sequence in Super League. 5 straight victories, culminating in the 36-16 win here.
Well, I think you have to put them in the same category as the Leeds Rhinos this season. And up until perhaps early yesterday, Warrington. But they certainly came up with a wonderful win, as Leeds did on Friday night. But
the underachievers, you mean?
To be fair, yes, their fans and most people in rugby league circles wanted to see real rugby league football. They bought quite a lot of people, did Wakefield. I know they've been suffering through injuries, but they certainly have not hit the high spot. Beautiful pass from Stevenson.
Great pass from Stevenson to Graham Law. Support arrives from Prescott. He couldn't get the pass away. Tackled by Cardis. Here now is Neil Law. Back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson shakes off one. Good support from March. He's wrestled to the ground.
Outstanding football.
Now then Prescott. Looks wide and finds Poaching. Poaching then gets it away to Warren Jowett. And that's on the last. They went for the power play. And Jowett just couldn't stretch the hand over the line. And Jamie Bloom losing his temper a little bit. Wanting the football back. On the turnover, this is Golden.
Well, the opportunities that have come the Wildcats' way, I'm also disappointed that they've only posted one try, but that was a piece of outstanding rugby league football from Francis Stevenson. The little pass out of the top draw.
Don't forget, you can see all the highlights of this weekend on Rugby League World. Wednesday 8:30 on Sky Sports 3, and that win by Warrington over Bradford. Bradford's first reverse of the year will feature heavily, as will this run here from Damien Gibson. Huge support for him. Moana juggled with it. It's 3 against 1 over there. Phil Hassan.
Oh, they've blown it.
Well, there was no confidence there under the bonnet for Hassan, and he should really have taken that on and scored himself.
Should have gone for the corner. I cannot believe that they've blown it.
Well, they have blown it. Far too deep, the kick from Duneman. There was a 3 against 1 overlap on the left-hand side, and how they didn't score then, Halifax, Harry Mercer will want to know.
Unbelievable. Gibson back on the inside. Moana had all the opportunity. And why didn't Hassan just put on the press? All he knew, the line was there. Well, I wouldn't want that fella to go shopping for me with the trolley these days. I think all the bread would finish up and the eggs would finish up nowhere near the trolley. All he had to do was put the ball down.
I'm just trying to work out where we go shopping, but anyway. Your point is?
He was at the checkout. He'd done all the work.
Right.
Do I have to explain everything
well,
to you?
When you get a little bit vague, yes.
Excited.
This is David March now, and he gets the ball away to Neil Law. Phil Hassan, good tackle this time. Tomlinson bounces into the arms of Golden. Cardis now for the Blue Sox. Saw a hole, he's gone for it. He does this so well. Now then, Hassan is with him in support, might not need him. Hassan this time, Sobji's missed him, got him a bit high, and Hassan goes down again. Gibson rather this time goes down. Got a bang on the face. Mercer out wide, ball flicked back. Duneman, back it goes to Pearson. Pearson gets it away to Rowley, dumped over the top to Florimo, ball goes to ground. Cardis. And Cardis is hauled down by Tomlinson. Well, they're blowing the opportunities here, are the Halifax Blue Sox. This is the last. Can they do anything with it? Moana.
Oh, he got it away well.
To Hassan. Gannon. Gannon is grounded 5 metres short. It wasn't the last, my mistake. This is Duneman. Duneman going for the line himself, just held up, but he got it down, turned over on his back and got the ball down. The referee, I bet, will go to the video screen for this.
Odds on.
And he has, but Andrew Duneman thinks he has scored. He was rolled over on his back.
All in one movement. Now then, did he get it down? No. Oh, well, he lost it for a while. Is it his arm? I've got to work out which arm it is. He's going over this way now. Is it his arm that gets it? I think you'll find it's a Halifax arm, a Wakefield arm, and actually forces it. I think it's Poaching's arm, is it? Yeah, it's Poaching's arm. Oh, no.
He lost it.
He lost it, and then...
It's Duneman's arm, and I think he lost it.
Well, it's...
Fraction of a second.
Will they give him a benefit of the doubt? Not many arms in there. Certainly lost the ball, that's for sure.
Duneman thinks he scored, but it's all now down to the video referee, and the try is denied. Just lost control of it in the act of scoring the try.
Well, I said earlier in the piece that Wakefield bombed so many opportunities, and now it's just seesawed the other way. Halifax, well, they really have crucified two great chances to put points on the board. Okay, the video referee have denied them just a few seconds ago, but well, the breaks that they've made, they've just split Wakefield apart, and yet they're still behind on that scoreboard.
Gary Price with that run for the Wildcats. 4th tackle for them. David March at dummy half. Poaching now. Duneman was on his knees and couldn't get the tackle in properly. Great run from Poaching, flicked it back though, and Bloom is the man who picked up the bouncing ball for the Blue Sox.
Well, somebody definitely called the loose forward Poaching, offloaded it. Well, Bloom wanted to take on the refereeing role. Certainly brought boos from the crowd here. But to be fair, well done by the referee Kirkpatrick. He said, look, get on with the game. I'm refereeing it, not you.
Goldspink plays the ball to Rowley, and here's Gannon. Well, they're lying all over the top of Gannon. Oh, and Gannon swings a left hook at Watine. Watine didn't like it. He's coming back for more. They're all getting involved now. Well, it was frustration by James Gannon, but the 2 players were lying all over the top of him when he was on the floor, and Carl Kirkpatrick has a problem to sort out here.
Well, Watine is all over him.
So is Stevenson.
Watine, well, nothing untowards there. 3-1, 3-1 back. Not much change going to be spilt out of the handbags, I feel.
Wonder who will penalise. And he goes against James Gannon for the swing.
Well,
that was frustration.
Well, he does come into the play, and it is often brought about by your fellow colleague as well. Jamie Blow, instead of playing the ball, getting on with it, stood up, started arguing with the referee, saying, I need a penalty, I need a penalty. Okay, so all of a sudden, all the Halifax players get frustrated, instead of just getting on with the game.
Good drive in for Martin Masella, just on the field. A good job that one of the arms there from Halifax missed. Here now is Stevenson.
Well, someone better have a word with this James Gannon. That's the 2nd occasion that he's just gone looking for the square up.
Poaching gives it to Jowett. Bounces away from 2. In the end, 3 Halifax Blue Sox jerseys get to him, but they're not far short of the line again. Poaching on the charge. Pearson and Rowley to bring him down. Here's David March once more, gives it width to Tomlinson, looking for the runners. He arrived, and that's the last tackle. Stevenson gets to his feet, plays it to Graham Law. Law then on to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson will just dink a bomb into the in-goal area. Oh, Mercer went for it and then didn't bother. Ball bounces out, and Halifax lucky to get it back. I think that was Duneman back there.
Well, that was a complete mystery. It was as though that it was unforbidden fruit. Everybody just let it bounce.
Unforbidden fruit.
My word. Well, no one went to pick it off the tree, did they?
So would it not have been forbidden fruit then?
Okay. They were unforbidden going for it.
This is Moana, gets it away to Rowley. Another chance for Blue Sox.
They bombed it. They have bombed it completely.
Here's Moana again, inside Prescott, gets it away to Pearson, all along the deck to Golden, and Golden wrestled to the ground by Warren Jowett. It's the last tackle for Halifax. Mercer must be frustrated at all this pressure not paying off, and Pearson's kick across the face of the sticks is picked up by Neil Law.
Well, there was a neat pass to the hooker, Paul Rowley, after they made the initial break, and to be fair, looks like there's a blood bin.
Yes, Francis Stevenson needs some running repairs.
Just saying that Paul Rowley should have offloaded yet again. They should change the name, I feel. Halifax Bombers, the Blue Sox.
So much pressure, and yet, despite all the extra men they've had on occasion, they've not been able to pierce this Wakefield defence.
Well, there's a captain out there, Gary Mercer, and I'm sure that he's a man that's just made the low tackle. He's got to get through to his players' heads and say to them, you must keep control. Oh, that was an awful pass. It was never going to be on.
So chances again for the Blue Sox. Bloom to Rowley, Rowley to Duneman. Bounce ball to Hassan. Hassan coming back. Duneman was there in support. Duneman attacking the line again, but he's hauled down by Masella.
Silly play by the hooker David March there, trying to offload in heavy traffic.
Florimo collared though by Warren Jowett. Golden to Pearson. Pearson then to Rowley. And they're just bouncing off this black and white wall, not being able to get through. And when they do get through, they tend to put the ball down.
Full credit though to the Wildcats, at least they're scrambling defence. They're getting back there and creating a little bit of confusion.
Good offload by Goldspink to Florimo. Florimo in turn doing the same to Pearson. Again a three-man overlap out wide. He's come back inside though to Duneman, and Duneman flicks the ball back. Here's Darryl Cardis. Got to get up to Cardis. You can't give him time to examine the defence and go for the hole because he finds them all the time. Pearson. On the charge here is Hobson. Hobson. They're hauling him back just short of the line.
Good run. That's the way to come onto the football.
Mercer looking to get one himself, the player coach. And I think this time there'll be no doubt. Oh, it's another decision for the video referee.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about this one. Well, Hobson set it up. Captain Courageous surely got this down. Couldn't see any trouble with it. Nothing wrong with that. Full control, right arm tucked into the chest. TRY.
The video referee agrees. Gary Mercer, the man who has been in Britain for 13 years, comes up with a priceless try.
This is a run from Hobson. He went close, and Mercer, they were very slow at Wakefield. 4 men in and around that play the ball area, but he had the strength. He had the knowledge.
Second try of the year. He made his debut for Bradford against Halifax in 1987, Gary Mercer. Martin Pearson. Well, he should be A-OK with this. It's bang in front of the sticks. And Halifax get the lead back. It's 10-6 now to the Blue Sox. At last, they've got over for the try. It was the run from Hobson that created the opportunity, and Gary Mercer, the scorer.
Led the way to the substitute. But the clean breaks that Halifax have made over the last 10-12 minutes, it must have pleased the captain, well, not the captain, but the coach, should I say. Greg Florimo is the captain out on the field of play, but must be quite happy with that at long last.
I often wonder how that works out when you've got a coach out there and a captain. I mean, at the end of the day, who takes the responsibility? Oh, that's a big mistake. And Golden was really left totally exposed there as the ball sailed over the top of the man in front of him. Pearson turns around, says it's yours.
A little bit late to be able to turn around and say to the winger, sorry mate, I thought I had it. And that's the reason why Marvin Golden was just looking at Martin Pearson, saying a little bit late there, Martin.
Duneman with the drop out from underneath the sticks then, and Steve Prescott is underneath it. And Warren Jowett will take it on now for the Wildcats. Good run from Jowett, but stopped by the tenacious tackle from Duneman. That's Paul Sampson, who is being picked up and dragged back towards his own line. The referee eventually calls that the tackle is held. Here's Martin Masella, another former Leeds Rhino, now here at Wakefield. Tomlinson, poaching, and Prescott on the arc. Tries to get round Duneman, but can't. Pearson there as well for good measure. Sodji will go down the short side, Bright Sodji. Clattered to the ground. Florimo, he got a bit of a bang on the head then. A kick across field by poaching to the in-goal area. Well claimed by Hassan. Refused the bomb in his own in-goal area. Attack on the 20-metre line coming up.
It was a great take. You can see with the lengthening shadows there, it's a problem with the sun. Did ever so well.
Again, Wakefield just testing the patience of the crowd and the referee as they try and slow the Blue Sox down. Tomlinson all over the top of him after Hughes had made the tackle on Goldspink. This is Hobson now. Good strong run from him again, but met fair and square by Jamie Field. He got the ball away though to Cardis. Cardis looking to jink his way through once more.
Fullback coming into the play a lot more now for Halifax.
Duneman. Gibson. Tackled by Graham Law.
Fine form, isn't he, Damien Gibson? Quite a few breaks already in this game.
Martin Moana offloads. Martin Pearson skirting round the defence, then taking them on. Flicks the ball inside, and the referee saw a knock on there, not by Pearson. Came back all right from him.
Well, I'm not so sure that the option of trying to run the ball, do the power play on all the occasions, and trying to force it at every moment, that's been their biggest problem. They've come up with so many mistakes.
Gibson's was the latest knock-on spotted by Carl Kirkpatrick.
But they must feel confident because of the amount of breaks that they've found out wide. They've got so much speed with the Halifax three quarters. Pretty pacey, Golden, Hassan, that'll Cardis. Well, it's like lightning.
Steve Prescott, who arrived at Wakefield from Hull in the winter, one of the most consistent for the Wildcats this year. Here's another new face for the year 2000, Bright Sodji. David March gets the way. Jamie Field tackling by Duneman again. Gary Price in his second spell, the 1990 British Lion. Tomlinson, good option, little dab into space. Golden's after it.
Will he knock on? No advantage. Oh, he said play on.
Well, has he said play on? I think there was a flick there by the Wakefield man.
Tomlinson definitely got a fingertip to it, knocked on. This will be scrum down, Halifax head and feed.
Time off.
He wants to have a look, wants to check with the video ref.
Just check for the knock-on, just back there by Wakefield.
Little doubt.
Sure.
Adam Hughes believes he might have scored here.
Neat option. And you'll see there that it's flicked on by Tomlinson. It's in a forward motion, that's a knock-on.
Came off the boot of Golden first, and I think he's just got a finger to it, hasn't he, Tomlinson?
Yep. The boot,
if he'll let it go.
That's play on. That's the fingertip control where he just gets it. You see the fact that the ball is rolling backwards, that means he just make contacts to it. Maybe a scrum down, head and feet, Blue Sox.
That's Steve-O. What say you, video ref? He agrees. And just the fingertip denies Adam Hughes his 7th try of the year. Five times we have paid a visit to the video referee in 37 minutes. Here goes Florimo. Jamie Bloom. Run from the South African again. Always gives you 100%, this fellow. Quick play the ball, that might be what's needed. Goldspink on the charge.
Much better play. One thing about the Halifax side, they're playing the ball outside quicker than what Wakefield are.
Hobson, the ball squeezed out the back.
Is that back to 6?
I don't think he's signalled, the referee. The tackle count continues. Moana picked that one up off his bootlaces. There's the last, signalled by the referee, Carl Kirkpatrick. And still 40 metres away. Duneman hoists the kick. Cardis is after this. Well claimed though over on that far side. Graham Law's been all over this field tonight.
Good take though by Sampson. A lot of pressure. And certainly charging down upon him.
He's not the tallest either, is he, Paul Sampson?
Timed it well though.
Gary Price.
Well, a bit of composure is needed now by the Wildcats. I suppose they'll be happy just with 4 points adrift at half-time. They've had their moments. So have Halifax.
Well, that ball's bounced all over the show. And the referee looks at the touch judge and gives the penalty to the Blue Sox. Ball not played correctly.
Well, they were all over him, and he just lost it. He's appealing to the referee, Mr. Pochi.
Could have gone either way there, couldn't it, that decision?
Interference, not surprisingly. Points are coming pretty slowly today. When you think about it, Eddie, it could have been somewhere in the region of 24 points to 30. The opportunities that have come upon either side. Well, Pearson's doing the right thing.
Yes, last half minute of the first half. So chance for 2 more points to increase the lead for Martin Pearson. It's not the worst angle in the world, but it's a good way out. 37 metres. I think he might have sliced that, but has he drawn it over the top? No, he's missed. Martin Pearson scratches his head.
Well, there should be just... no, there isn't.
No, you were going to say time for them to get the drop out. Well, it never happened. And it's been that sort of half for the Halifax Blue Sox, to be fair. Plenty of opportunities spurned, and Wakefield coming back well from the Marvin Golden try in only the 5th minute. Frank Martin with the try. Then they took the lead with Graham Moore's penalty goal, but the try from Gary Mercer and Martin Pearson gives us the half-time situation of 10-6 to the Blue Sox. Right now with the Blue Sox and the Wildcats this bank holiday Monday afternoon. Well, tea time now, isn't it? And it's 10-6 to the Blue Sox. Should really have been a much bigger advantage at half-time. And Andy Kelly, the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats head coach, watching from ground level. And his opposite number, Gary Mercer, the player coach, who knows that the Blue Sox have lost to Wakefield 7 times out of their last 11 home meetings in the League and Cup. So it's certainly not a foregone conclusion that the Blue Sox are going to win this, but they need to if they want to consolidate that place in the top 5. Hull beaten at St Helens, Steve Prescott's former club, 24 hours ago. So that has opened the door for the Blue Sox to open up a little bit of daylight between themselves and Hull, who are 6th in the table. And a win here for their top 5 ambitions is vital, but Wakefield, they want the victory for different reasons. They want to build a little bit of confidence and wait for their big name stars like Goulding and Tatupu, McNamara and Maloney to come back after injury and surgery, and then push on for the second half of the season.
Well, to be fair, Eddie, they've shown some neat touches certain times in that first 40 minutes. And I'm sure that Halifax, their coach Gary Mercer, would have told them a little bit more composure. Let's just keep control of this football. Try not to force the pass unless it's really, really on.
Andy Hobson there, a new contract signed, which will keep him here till 2002. Paul Rowley gets it away to Hobson again, then out the back door it goes to Duneman. Nowhere for him to go. Martin Masella was all over the top of him. The Tongan international, featuring in the World Cup later this year. And that ball into the arms of Paul Sampson. Now this fellow can fly a little. That's good defence from Bloom and Gibson.
Good kick and chase. Let's say it was a master stroke to bring Andy Hobson from the bench. Certainly has added a lot more bite to the forward play that is involved in the tackle with Jamie Bloom.
Yes, the number 8 for the Blue Sox. He was the Academy Player of the Year in 1997, the Alliance Player of the Year, that's the reserve grade, in 1998, and so he has made steady progress, the 21-year-old. They obviously fancy him because they have given him that new contract to the year 2002. Masella gets to his feet, plays the ball to March. It's tipped then inside to Jamie Field, former Leeds player, of course, and a former Academy international. Here's Tomlinson, drifts a little kick over the top, not the best. Goulding just had to move in off his wing and collect that ball, and then collects the tackle eventually. There it is. Well, let's pick up what was said in those dressing rooms at half-time. Angela Powers.
Gary Mercer says this half is going to be all about control. Their completion rate, he says, has been about 50%, just not good enough. He wants them to keep control of the ball, don't throw it about quite as much as they are doing, and stay disciplined. Andy Kelly says he's relatively happy with the first half, but disappointed with the drop ball in the offloads. The scrambling defence, he says, has been good, but he hopes they don't need to scramble quite so much this half. He wants more control in the ruck area, and he says their destiny is in their own hands.
It is, and with only a 4-point lead to claw back, there's nothing in it as yet. 2.5 minutes, second half gone. Rowley for the Blue Sox to Duneman, and here now is Pearson. Good hands from Moana to Duneman again, and he just flicks it back as he fell. Pearson picks up the pieces and rolls it back off the chest though and the arm of Gibson, and they cannot control this football.
Well, we just heard Angela, a little bit of a squabble going on there.
Damien Gibson not terribly happy with the attentions of Paul Sampson after the ball was knocked forward.
And rightly so, the referee will just have a few words. Just calm things down. A bit silly, really. Sampson could have avoided Gibson. Gibson didn't have to follow through, grab his leg. And was he down for 3 seconds? No,
Hand
not
over,
on the
hold
mat.
it, got it, hold it.
He's just ticked off the two players involved, told them to stop messing around, and he actually said they were acting like schoolboys out there, so let's get on with the game, the real game.
You don't like the tag match then?
Not particularly, no. David March. Here goes poaching.
I must say, Eddie, though, that passage of play there, and they've come up with a mistake. I'm just about to say the passage of play that Halifax produced would not have pleased Gary Mercer. You heard Angela Powers say that more composure, more control, get through the sets, and there they are. In the opening few minutes of this second half, they're trying to keep this ball alive, as though they're behind.
Duneman looks for a bit of speed out wide, and Cardis was tackled by Neil Law.
Read it well, didn't he?
Graham Law, yes he did. Here's Gibson. Oh, and Sampson swinging into the tackle. There's a bit of afters. And actually they completed sets, 15 completed sets out of 19 by Wakefield, 11 from 18 by Halifax. So Wakefield holding on to the football better. Now they get the penalty, the Blue Sox.
Well, it took a while. We've been testing the patience of Kirkpatrick. And there was little doubt that there was only a little bit of a second go by Gary Price. Leading the side today.
So what have the Blue Sox got in the locker here? Duneman wide to Pearson. Steps back inside. Eventually they get him down.
Well, they're making the half breaks as well, and they're getting into a good position, but Halifax...
Hobson on the run again.
Their biggest problem, the second phase of attack, is non-existent. They've got to come in waves.
And this is Mercer. Again, he was all on his own, his colleagues trailing behind him. Rowley gets the pass away, and through the legs. It's back with Rowley.
Did well to the hooker.
Mercer. Duneman applied the brakes, came back on the inside. Marcella got him low down and poaching over the shoulders. Pearson called for it and got it. Stabs the ball to the in-goal area. Well collected by Willie Poaching. What a strong run he is. He's playing well.
What about option as well from the standoff, Martin Pearson. The experience of the loose forward Willie Poaching taking the ball is worked hard, both in defence and attack. And a beautiful break in the first half.
Jamie Field flicked the ball back, and that's why he got the benefit of the doubt from the referee.
I think he got it right with the official.
Warren Jowett, fourth game back after 3 out. Formerly with the Bradford Bulls, he missed the grand final defeat last year against St Helens, and he was bitterly disappointed to miss out. That's a good tackle on Steve Prescott, though, by Damien Gibson. There's Law again with the midfield bomb. Nearly fooled Marvin Golden, but he collected it well. Adam Hughes then got the tackle in.
Well, the Wildcats
Leeds players there.
say the LDV Wildcats, they obviously feel that Marvin Golden is a bit of a weak link. And they're kicking to his right wing all the time. Ooh, that's a high one. Big swinging arm there from Jamie Field, right into the face of Greg Florimo.
Duneman, and taking the time getting up off the grounded player, Wakefield, aren't they? That has been really the way that they have decided to play this game. Tried to slow Halifax down. And others, tricky little players like Rowley there, kick down the line, and Rowley's after it. Prescott delaying and waiting, almost fatally, and Golden following up gets a good tackle in.
So important that the chase is there. The hooker couldn't get to him. Oh, that was back to 6. Deliberately reefed out, so the Wildcats will get 6 more chances to get out of trouble.
Sodji, the first tackle was missed. Second one wasn't.
Good steal, wasn't it?
Offside now, Halifax. Marcella wants to get on with it quickly. Duneman hadn't retreated 10.
Well, they took a leaf out of the book of Halifax. They did that twice in that first half and got wonderful ground forward. Wakefield have done exactly the same thing.
Oh, Willie Poaching has escaped the clutches again. That's a better tackle by Cardis. Oh, Poaching, where's he going?
Got to be a penalty.
Well, the tackle was completed.
You lost the plot. You got up to play the ball and then thought an opportunity. No doubt about it. Fullback has got him. He claims that the momentum had not stopped, but the referee, Kirkpatrick, had already shouted held. Final tackle, ball carrying arm and hit the deck. Well, what a golden opportunity thrown away. He's an experienced player, Willie Poaching. It surprised me.
So Halifax back in possession. Good offload again by Hobson, and a knock-on by Bloom. And he smiles and looks at the referee quizzically, and he said it went back.
The first one is being given as knock-on. I think he may have some sort of question for the Murray whistleblower.
He's saying he was facing his own line.
First attempt, but he got it with his other hand as well. So it was more of a fumble. And according to the touch judge and the official out in the middle.
Good hit by Mercer then. He would have felt that, Jamie Field. Tomlinson. Jowett. Oh, Jowett's broken through. He's only got Cardis to beat. Support arrives from Tomlinson, and Tomlinson, if he'd have taken that, he was over under the sticks. Now the Blue Sox will counter with Gibson.
Talking of bombing a try, Jowett did ever so well. Not the best attempted tackle. Might have been classified as a forward if Tomlinson had got it. Either way, he couldn't.
Goldsmith gets the pass away to Hobson, been impressive since he came on. Created the try for his player coach Gary Mercer with one of his first touches. Pearson finds Duneman standing out wide, and Duneman's gone for the gap up the middle. He's got support from Moana, and Moana's going to score. Moana over underneath the posts. And alas, the Halifax Blue Sox supporters with something to shout about. And Martin Moana, and this is 26th consecutive appearance, tries in consecutive weeks now.
Boy, the second half needed a try, but it could have been a dubious situation. The referee had to look for this pass from Duneman. It was a lovely dummy. And you could see he had a glance towards the touch judge. Touch judge said it was A-OK. Moana went right the way through. Good step. Talented player, the Australian, back on the inside. That was the pass that looked dubious. He was in a good position, Kirkpatrick. Touch judge said it was okay. The Blue Sox.
They increase the lead, courtesy of Martin Moana. This is his 96th Super League appearance, by the way, for Moana, as Pearson adds the extras. 16-6 now. Halifax, if they stay like this, they will reinforce their top 5 claims tonight.
This is a dummy. We'll see clearly from the high shot. I think the touch judges got it right. It was a 50-50 ball. Let's not take anything away from the efforts. And as we said before, that Halifax, the big problem was that they weren't having the second phase of attack. They certainly got it there from that man, Martin Moana, but good effort from the halfback, Andrew Duneman.
So Prescott restarts for the Wildcats. Underneath it, Pearson tips the ball in field to the French international Gail Talek, just on. Rowley.
Well, a bit of blow to the Wildcats. Two great opportunities. They bombed them. Jowett and Tomlinson missed a golden opportunity, and then we had a couple of minutes before that, Willie poaching. Great break. Got up and carried on when he should have played the ball. So they've had the chances in this half of Wakefield.
They have, but Blue Sox are getting more to it now, and Duneman at the heart of it all. Bloom has hit the gap. Bloom has hit the gap and is going for the corner. Hauled down by Sampson.
Should have passed. He had the chance. He had the man outside.
Another 2-to-1 overlap, but here's Pearson trying to jink his way through. Bounced off the knees, then off the foot of Duneman, back to Rowley. Halifax will come again. This is on the last tackle. They're keeping the ball alive. Moana to nobody in particular. Hassan, he'll have a run now. It's opened up for Hassan. And that's play on, says referee. Rowley.
He'll go to the screen.
Goes behind the post, thinks he scored.
He hasn't though.
What say you, video referee again?
Well, Hassan tried to get the ball away. Now the ball would have played the man. This is Hassan trying to get the ball away. And that is not classified as play on. You have to have a player knowingly and deliberately making a play for the ball and headbutting it like David Beckham is not within the rules to say it's play on. This will be NOTRY, surely. Did well to keep it alive. Well, there's no way in the world that you can give that as play on. But it looks like they're going to go for TRY. They're taking long enough about it.
Rowley thinks he has scored, and so does the video referee. Try is given. Rowley picked up the loose ball, came off the face of the Wakefield defender, and Rowley gets try number 4 of the campaign and probably seals the Halifax win.
Well, Lady Luck can go on your side, off the knee, off the legs, off the foot, back on the inside. It's the last tackle, the power play on the floor. Hassan says, I'll go forward. But a lot of luck here. Extremely fortunate. Ball playing the man's head. And Rowley gets a vital 4 points. This will be a gift surely for Pearson.
Pearson, I think, was enjoying the replay of the try on the big screen. And he's just having a word with Carl Kirkpatrick. 22 points to 6, and that's probably going to seal it.
Well, the video referee obviously has deemed that the final pass, or the attempted pass from Hassan, was on its way backwards. And he has to make that decision. And it's a pretty difficult one. Well, he travelled about 3 or 4 inches, but according to the video referee, it was on its way backwards.
So really, he had no other decision to make. The ball was going backwards. It came off the head of the Wakefield defender. This is Mercer now for the Blue Sox, and his men are going to open up a little bit of a gap between themselves and Hull. 5th to 6th. Rowley. Tomlinson gets him down. Moana, dummy half. And Gannon. Nowhere for him to go.
And in the space of just a few moments, the game has really turned on its head. It's a neat little kick. It'll just hold up.
And Sampson has a lot of work to do to get back into the field of play. And he has the ball over the line.
Great work from the winger. Oh, not the best pass.
And this time They are trapped in goal. Graham Law, it was a dreadful ball to him.
Dipping all the time, he's trying to struggle over. Tackle wasn't completed. Moana completes it in goal area, drop out underneath the sticks. They really are on the rack now. And they must be ruining the chances that they blew in the opening 5 or 6 minutes after the restart. And all of a sudden, the Wildcats don't look so wild at the moment.
Mercer on the drive up the middle. Rowley, Pearson and Gannon. The hard press now, Wakefield to keep the Blue Sox out. Their tails are right up. Duneman, Moana, Cardis. What we want is a length of the field special from the Blue Sox full-back. We normally get one when our cameras are here at the new Shay. Duneman looking wide, finds Golden. Golden jinking one way and then the other. Oh, that slack defence. But credit Marvin Golden. It's his second try of the night. It took some scoring. He jinked past defenders as though they weren't there. But that really was poor defence from Wakefield, and their problems are mounting.
I hate to disagree with you, Eddie. This was absolutely wonderful skill. He had him faced up, Soji back on the inside. So did Hughes. And he did everything right. The step on the inside. Duneman, he's running the show now. See how he had the ball carried in the right so he could fend with the left. That's a fine effort. We'll replay that a few times, and rightly so.
Here's the try for Golden, the third in 7 minutes. And I dare to suggest that if you were the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats head coach, you wouldn't have been terribly impressed with that defence, albeit Golden did really well to score the try, I'll give you that.
Well, it wasn't as though there was no one there. The cover defence was coming over, and it took an almighty step off the right foot, and then a couple of fends. It's usually when they don't get anywhere near them that I would say it was awful defence, but I knew you'd think that way.
Pearson with this conversion then, tried to draw it over the top of the bar, but he's missed another, although he's smiling, and well he might. 26-6, and they've rattled in 3 tries, as I say, in 7 minutes. Moana, Rowley, and the last one from Marvin Golden.
Certainly on the cards, wasn't it? Wakefield bombing those early opportunities, and they just seem to have a little bit more speed, a little bit more know-how now. Had a fine game, Marvin Golden, but the guy who is controlling things out there at the moment is Andrew Duneman, ably supported by Martin Pearson. And I think you might be right, Eddie. There's plenty of time to go. I think we may get one of those Darryl Cardis specials.
Shallow kick-off from Steve Prescott, but Florimo was the man underneath it. And here comes Gail Talek. Rowley's the dummy half. It's all Halifax now, isn't it?
Full of confidence, getting over the advantage line with considerable ease.
Pearson to Gannon. Gannon, the pass away. That was touched by March. Duneman. Talek holds on. Referee.
Not given by the referee. Continued on with the count.
He has. Bloom.
They're struggling to get back, Wakefield.
Last tackle. Boos from the Halifax crowd. They think also it should have been back to 0 on the tackle count. Prescott did well there to shuttle across and collect the kick through. Then he got the tackle from Florimo. Here's Bright Soji, straight into the chest of Jamie Bloom.
I think Steve Prescott, the Wakefield fullback, will be in for quite a lot of work in the final quarter of this game. Wakefield has shown a lot of effort, a few touches of skill, but their teamwork at times often lets them down.
Stevenson does well. He gets it the way to poaching, and inside to Tomlinson. He continues the movement on. They're trying all they know, but that's a great tackle from Gibson. Nowhere for Neil Law to go then. only to the ground. Soji.
Far too much one-out football from the Wildcats. And with the scoreline that you can see in the top left-hand corner, they've got to really start gambling.
That's what they're doing. And the movement is continued by Paul March. Kick forward, not so clever. And here's Cardis now. He's right deep in his own half, but Francis Stevenson done a bit of homework on him, knows that he loves to strike from deep. And I wonder if you have spotted a man of the match. I think you are looking for a Blue Sox player. 009 10 10 13. And you could, if you agree with the losing coaching staff's choice, win yourself a couple of tickets for the grand final. And this is Florimo. That's the ball inside to Gannon.
I just hope that referee Carl Kirkpatrick keeps a pretty close eye on this game. There's quite a lot of verbals going on out there. A few squared ups early in the match. And you might see a little bit of fisticuffs, I feel. Let's hope that they keep their composure both sides.
Lindeman's kick over the top. Paul Sampson collects it. Now if Cardis can score a length of the field try for Halifax, this fellow could for Wakefield.
And if he gets into open space...
He's a former England Schools 100 metres champion, as well as a former rugby union cap.
I think he'd have to be the fastest out there if he got into open play, and that was a big effort. James Gannon, legally, deck the prop forward. Oh, that was it.
Florimo couldn't take it in. The referee will play the first knock on.
Really was a hospital pass. I'm not so sure that Graham Law too impressed with this. They were waiting for him. And right in the faces, weren't they? Florimo and Pearson.
Gary Mercer comes off to a terrific ovation from the Halifax supporters.
Got a big game in his job.
He's led by example. And shakes hands with Brett Goldspink. I think those two think this game is won. We don't get many arguments up here. Just a break in play while the referee allows treatment for the Wakefield player, Graham Law. Well, it doesn't get any easier for Andy Kelly.
Tough times for the Wildcats coach.
Well, John Harbin has been brought in by the board at Wakefield to be the general manager, the football manager, if you like. And Andy Kelly and Tony Kemp working underneath him for the time being. This is Gannon. Back it goes to Pearson. Team of underachievers, aren't they, Wakefield? You put them in the same bracket as Warrington and Leeds. They have underachieved until this weekend in Super League. Halifax haven't. Moana, little ankle tap. Still managed to get the ball away, though, to Golden, who's on a hat-trick now, of course.
I have to agree with you, Eddie. You get the impression that when you start changing coaches, it doesn't matter what you call them, football managers or whatever, midway through the season, it gives some indication that all is not right within the club. Let's hope they can sort it out. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
maybe I'm right.
You're right, they've had their financial problems as well this year. Florimo spinning and turning. Now, has Florimo got that ball down, or is he held up? And Carl Kirkpatrick says he was held up over the line.
Good work by the hooker, David March. You'll find that he went right underneath here. You can see that he's going for the line. Gets his knee underneath. Oh, he got him down.
That ball is down.
Dear me today.
Well, he's gone for so many video referee decisions tonight. There's one maybe he should have gone for, and Florimo is denied a 4-pointer.
You are so right. He knows it too. Well, it looked for all the world there that it was good work from the hooker March, David that is. And the former Australian international star Florimo knows that he's been denied a 4-pointer.
Here's Foster, who's just come on for his player coach Gary Mercer. And they're messing around at the play the ball, Wakefield. They're trying to frustrate the Blue Sox. Here's Florimo again, denied the try.
Would have been a penalty if Florimo would have gone behind the dummy runner. He didn't. That's the reason why the official didn't blow.
Duneman, and it goes wide to Moana. He'll bring it back this way, straightens it up, looks for support, it arrives. Talek, he'll score this time. Gail Talek gets the try for Halifax. Talek, the French international, he's been a regular for his country for the past 5 years. Been around the clubs, and here he is now scoring a great 4-pointer for the Blue Sox.
Donovan yet again, Moana, they're both enjoying themselves out there. You can see how the Wakefield defence is hanging back. Good offload, good support play. We spoke about the second phase. The Frenchman provided it. The run across the face from both Donovan and then Moana. That's a great effort. We'll enjoy that. Goes one way, step. If you allow this man to control things, you will pay the price, and they have.
And Pearson doesn't miss those into the wide blue yonder. Another 2 points. Gail Talek with the 4, and Halifax now 32 points to 6. Well and truly home and hosed, and opening up a little gap between themselves and Hull in the battle for the top 5. St Helens, Wigan, Bradford, Castleford and Halifax. That's the way the top 5 is shaping up at the moment. Still plenty of football to be played, of course, between now and grand final night, October the 14th.
Good take there by Francis Stevenson. He certainly worked hard, but what do the Wildcats do?
Paul Jackson, big hit on him to be fair, but the ball just shot out of his control.
Far too many errors. That on the first tackle, of course. Says it all, doesn't it?
70-30 in terms of possession second half, and that's why we have a scoreline of 32 points to 6.
And it could get worse, because that possession so much in Halifax's favour means that Wakefield are having to do a lot of defending. That takes the petrol out of the tank very quickly indeed.
27 breaks by the Blue Sox, 9 for Wakefield. There's another telling statistic. Well, and poaching and Talek getting involved.
Well, to be fair, Talek could have been penalised for moving off the mark. Now it's Wakefield that get penalised for not going back to 10.
They're trying to frustrate Halifax and slow them down. That's been their tactic really from the first whistle tonight.
To be fair, in that first half they got away with it. This time the boss with a whistle.
Let's tidy it up,
Says to Mr. March.
Let's just tidy it
Calm
up.
it. The firebrand, David March. And not surprisingly, rather than taking the 2 on offer, the Blue Sox are eager. They want more points.
7th Halifax penalty of the night. Well, he was able to get the ball away. There was 3 in the tackle then, and the Billy poaching just fell off, and the ball was just offloaded. Duneman straightens it up, flicks it back. Gannon. Back it goes again, Moana keeping it alive. Foster. This time they get the Halifax man to the ground. Rowley gives it to Pearson. Then he finds Naylor.
Can't get it down. Good work from Samson.
Referee saying play the ball. It looked like Naylor was held up over the line.
He called earlier with the referee. Well, another wayward pass, and the last time they did that, they came up with a 4-pointer.
And they might hear Florimo. He's got Golden outside him, but Florimo won't need him. Greg Florimo gets the try. Defence was waiting for the ball wide to Golden, and Florimo just took responsibility on his own shoulders, shot through the gap and scored the try. He's turning immediately to look at the big screen for the replay, Greg Florimo. He enjoyed that. Allowed to go after last year at Wigan, not the happiest time for him at Old Central Park and then the JJB Stadium, and he feels he's got a point to prove this year.
Well, he was denied an 8 minutes earlier try that should have been given. Simple try really, just gone on the outside of the centre. Nothing that Sodgy could do. Basic principles of rugby league football. All credit though to Halifax. Now remember at half time their coach Gary Mercer said be a little bit more steady with the football and the passing. Well, the players have virtually just thrown that right out of the window. They are enjoying themselves now. They know the game is all wrapped up.
And Pearson to add 2 more points, he hopes. He doesn't. And that's 4 from 8, but 36-6 represents Halifax's best win of the season by a country mile.
Not the best pass, but as I mentioned, you make your own luck sometimes, and when you force things, and that was just easy meat for Florimo, who enjoyed it immensely.
Well, if we were playing back in the winter, we'd be saying right now it's going to be a long, hard winter for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. As it is, it's going to be a long, hot summer for the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. This is Bright Sodgy, though. They went for the shallow kick-off again, and this time they came up with the possession.
And the second one on the trot. Nice pass from Stevenson to deserve the try, but good defence there. Super stuff from Cardis.
Good drive in. It was on Wateen. And here's Neil Law. He's hauled down. Hassan and Naylor very quickly in there with the tackle. Wakefield are, with Gary Price here, looking for some reward for their labours. 4 tackles gone. March. Back it goes to Tomlinson. And again, good tackling near their own line. That was on Francis Stevenson. This is poaching, going wide. Great defence by Golden.
When you take the gamble.
He'll be well pleased with that.
And he had to take the gamble. It was 2-on-1 time.
Yeah, Graham Law was thinking of flicking the pass out wide. Golden really got to him. Problems for Andy Kelly, the head coach at Bellevue. Pearson, Duneman, Gibson. Tackle not completed by Stevenson.
See quite clearly now that Wakefield are very slow.
John Harbin there. I think that picture tells its own story, the general manager.
Well, they've been totally outplayed in the second half.
Well, he's made a promise to the supporters that the good times will come back to Bellevue. He's obviously got a dreadful injury crisis at the moment. But he has promised that things will be turned round at Bellevue. Pearson with the high kick. Prescott goes back under his own sticks and collects. Duneman misses that tackle. Prescott a good run, but Moana gets him in the end.
Got to look at the half-back situation on both sides, Eddie. Halifax, of course, Martin Pearson, Andrew Duneman, they've combined well throughout this day. But the fact is that they're combining well all the way through the match. Bright start from Tomlinson and Graham Law, but as the game progresses, you can see them fade out of contention. And once your 2 half-backs start...
That's a good ball from Stevenson to Tomlinson.
I'm just saying, Eddie, once your 2 half-backs getting outplayed, then you're always going to be in a lot of trouble.
Poaching goes without the ball. He's had a mixed night, Willie Poaching. By the way, if you're thinking of becoming involved in the man of the match vote, the lines are still open, 09009 10 10 13, and you're looking for a Halifax player because they have this match well and truly in their top pocket.
Well, there's such a drubbing in the second half, it's pretty difficult for anybody from the Wakefield camp to at least glean some positives out of it, but one of them I'm sure would be the way that the youngster Francis Stevenson, his offloads today have been quite outstanding. He's worked very hard and some good work in defence.
Well, Andy Kelly has been tipping him for possible. There he is, a huge big hit there, the number 8 in the black and white of Wakefield. His coach Andy Kelly has been tipping him for maybe England honours for the World Cup. He's not impressed about him.
Well, slowly but surely he's learning the game, and it's not easy. Still only young as far as prop forwards are concerned, and he's certainly impressed me today.
Pearson with a little grubber kick down the line, finds touch.
Then again, you can see the hesitation in this Wakefield defence. He knows in his mind that they are completely shot to pieces by the Wildcats. They're just trying to bleed the last drops of blood out of the animal. But there's not much growl there.
Wakefield trying to rescue something from this. Sampson, now he can motor this fella. Oh, that's good defence. Great tackle, Phil Hassan. You'd have thought the match was in the balance.
He's all speed, and to be fair to Sampson, he tried everything he knew to keep inside. Hassan just got the collar. And he knew that if Hassan had not laid a finger, he'd have been right and truly underneath the post. Great effort there by the winger.
Well, this is almost echoes of the class of '98 at Halifax. They finished third that season, then they went out of the playoff series with back-to-back defeats against Leeds and St Helens. Maybe this time the best they can hope for at this stage is 4th or 5th, which would of course involve knockout football if they were to get to Old Trafford and all the way through. But they are certainly cementing a place in that top 5 here tonight. And it's a pretty feverish defence.
See the difference in those two sides is the way that Halifax, even though they've just cantering away with this win, they're still pretty keen and making sure that Wakefield do not score. I'm sure that's a message that's gone out from Gary Mercer.
Poaching to his feet. March, dummy half. That's Tomlinson. And Tomlinson again at the heart of it, finds Sodji. Sodji down the line, and I think he's got that down. Golden, I've got to check the grounding, says the referee. Golden got the tackle in, but Sodji plonked the ball over the line and down.
Good effort. In and out, as all wingers should do. Pretty difficult to see. We'll see. No doubt about getting the ball down. And the way that he has his body, this will be a lot clearer. Yeah, that's a try. See the angle of the feet, well and truly on the in-goal area. And the ball gets down before any upper torso gets down. This will be TRY. And no more than they deserve. They've had the opportunities so many times, Wakefield, especially early in this second half.
And the try is given. Wakefield have something to shout about at the end of the match, but Sodji looks like he might have damaged the shoulder in the act of scoring the try.
Well, that'll be a bitter blow if he comes up with an injury. Good work here, Tomlinson combining twice. Still trying hard is Tomlinson. That's a good effort from Sodji. Gives the impression, watch how Sodji gives the impression that he's going to come back on the infield, which makes Golden just hesitate. This hesitation, that was sufficient enough to let him get the ball through. Nice effort.
Well, he's been around a bit as Bright Sodji in his 34 years. Kingston Rovers, Wakefield and Sheffield. On his CV, Graham Law here. Tried a couple of more points, respectability. No, not this time. So 36 points to 10. Sodji try, 2 minutes from time. Watine try for Andy Kelly, 12 minutes into the first half. And a minute and a quarter of the game remaining.
I'll be pleased with that little bit of positive play, but that's a sad side. Sodji leaving the field, obviously the impact of placing the ball down certainly has taken its toll. That has not made the 10, so it'll be a penalty to Wakefield. He could come up with another try perhaps.
Well, they're keeping it going. Let's credit them for that. And here's someone who will never turn it in, Francis Stevenson. Offloads well. And Sodji has had to leave the field, as you see, after scoring that try. Paul March at dummy half on that occasion. Frank Watine. David March that time. Poaching again. Dropped to the ground. 25 seconds of the match remaining. Wakefield looking to post another. Good tackle though on Paul Sampson by Phil Hassan.
Been a good battle, hasn't it, between those two? They really have put themselves about at certain times. Oh, that's a woeful effort.
And the Blue Sox maybe with something to cheer at the end of this match, maybe. Naylor gets it away to Duneman. Duneman, oh, he's so easily away from them there. Golden, opportunity for a hat-trick. Duneman back in support.
What a fine game, this fella.
There's the full-time siren. Halifax get the win. Duneman a candidate for man of the match. So too Marvin Golden, who ran in 2 tries. 2 of the 7 that Halifax have scored in this match. 7 tries to 2. It really does tell its own story. Golden started it. Mercer weighed in with a try himself, and when he left the field with about 15-20 minutes to go, he knew that the match was won and the points were belonging to the Blue Sox. So he would be well pleased with his bank holiday. Goldspink, by the looks of things, has picked up a bit of an injury. He limps off. But Marvin Golden's 2 tries helping Halifax to their best win of the season and cementing that place in the top 5.